So I'm gonna tell you about the first time I was locked up before I went to prison. You know, you gotta go to jail before you go to prison. This happened in the Cobb County Jail, where I almost got stabbed by an elderly person. He was just an angry man. So I told you when I was 16, I got locked up. And I'm gonna break more into that story as far as why I got locked up and all that stuff. But this is a story that this is one of my stories. This is a lot of stories. I was locked up with this older guy. He was like, I forget his name, man, but he had no teeth. And I used to sleep on the top bunk, and he slept on the bottom bunk. And he had halitosis. This guy's breath stunk and he slept with his mouth open. And the whole time I used to have to sleep with the cover over my head, because this guy's breath stunk so bad it stunk up the whole freaking room. And before, there's a lot of jail rules that you're not used to when you're getting out. When you're freed and you get locked up, you have to switch up. It's a different world in there. Don't go to prison or jail, my people. So I remember I was just getting in there. I was brand new, and it was one of those nights, man. I was just getting in. I was scared. Here I am, fucking 16 years old, locked up on the 7th floor with rapists and murderers and all this shit and all this stuff. I'm sorry. And I remember I was brushing my teeth, and he was like, "Hey man, don't spit in the sink, spit in the commode." I'm like, spit in the sink? I can spit in the sink. I didn't think much of it. I was like, man, I do this out. What's the deal? I don't spit in the toilet. Well, and let me tell you what's funny. I didn't know what a commode was. I was like, what the hell is a commode? But he old school. The commode is a toilet. He said, man, spit in the commode. And I was like, I spit in the sink. I said, man, I spit in the what? He was like, spit in the commode. Don't spit in the sink. Don't do it again. Whatever. Went to sleep. And everybody used to tell me, man, like, hey man, when I used to, because I went to sleep and I woke up and they'll wake you up for breakfast, and then you'll go back in, and around I think 10 or so, they'll open the doors again. That's when you could come out. And a lot of the guys was like, hey man, you could bunk with me, man, like, cause that dude, he throw it off. And I was like, oh man, he cool, man. I ain't never really had a problem with him. He cool, he just an old grumpy old man, Everybody knew he was grumpy. Everybody knew his breath stank too. So it was that night, we're going to bed again, and I'm brushing my teeth, and he was like, yo, hey man, he said, dude, spit in the commode, don't spit in the sink. So I spat in the sink, and I was like, bro, I said, what are you talking about? I said, I do this when I spit in the sink at the house. What you mean spit in the commode? And I remember he got so mad, yo. He said, what did I tell you? Don't spit in that sink. And I was like, what? And I was like, why can't I spit in the sink? I'm going to spit in the sink if I want to. And first off, I'm 16 years old. I'm a young dude. I ain't weighing nothing about 100 pounds. Because I didn't hit my little, I was skinny out there, man. You'll think I was on some drugs when I was out. But no, man, I was just skinny. And, this is old school dude, man. Like, got a gray fro, no snaggletooth, no teeth. And he was like, man, I tried to tell you this before, man. Don't spit in the sink. You need to spit in the commode, because that's just what we do in here. And I was like, yo, well, look, man, at the time, I didn't think I was going to be in here for that long. I said, man, I was like, man, I don't care about this jail stuff, man. I'm about to get out, man. Look, I'm about to spit in this sink. And I remember he jumped off his bunk. Well, not jumped off. He got up from his bunk, and he pulled out a shank. Y'all want to fish here? No, you good? You good? Huh? You see a snake around here? No, I ain't see no snake. There's a snake? There's a big ass black snake around there. Man, it's so much. It's like them rat snakes. There's so many of them around here, man. Man, creepy as hell. I know. Thanks for the heads up, though, man. No problem. All right, brother. Oh, he's not bad? But, yeah. But, no, man. Where was I at? But, yeah. He was like, he got up, and he pulled out a shank on me, man. And at this time, I'm looking at it like, man, what the hell? That's a toothbrush? Like I said, I'm so green to this jail stuff, I just didn't know. He pulled out a shank on me. And he was like, I'm not going to use the word. He said, look, you mother, If you spit in that come on time, I'ma stab your ass. And I was like, you gonna stab me? I said, you gonna stab me over spitting in the sink? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, shit, hey man, let's go. I'm so stupid at the time. Cause you gotta realize, here I am, a young dude looking at this old dude, not thinking how serious it was. Not thinking at all. And I said, yo, you gonna have to stab me, bro. I said, come on, let's go. What you gonna do? And I remember, I put my toothbrush down, took my shirt off. I said, yo, what's going on? What I was gonna do at the time was the high thought of my head. I'm gonna take my shirt, and if he busts a move, I'm gonna throw it in his face and pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking in my head. And he looked at me, and he was like, look. For some reason, he calmed down. He was like, look, you don't spit in the sink because we wash our underwear in the sink. And I was like, me being so naive, I said, hold on. So you washing your funky drawers in the sink and I can't spit in the sink because you wash your boxers and drawers that you get what I'm saying? I said, that makes no sense. Well, I do my laundry in there. I said, so you want me to stop spitting in the sink? I said, if anything, you need to do your laundry in the toilet. And he was like, he said, look, man, that's just how you do it. That's what you got to do. And I was like, bro, you gonna stab me over that? He said, man, I've been in here a long time, man. He said, I'm sorry. But it was that at that point when I realized this wasn't for me. The type of thinking it is barbaric. And I'm gonna drop some more stories about it. But that was one of the stories that happened to me when I was in jail, man. At 16 years old. They put me up where adults be, man. And I'll never forget it. I guess that's why I'm in therapy now. But yo, another video is dropping soon, man. More jail videos dropping. I'll see y'all soon.